exquisite detail on the marble columns astounded me, and my mouth was left ajar. Another man in a white toga greeted me at entrance. We exchanged words, and he explained to me why I didn't have memories and how everything would be easier without them. I took the information in and couldn't believe what I was hearing. He revealed to me one thing. I died, but I was not dead. Life found me in a box underground, saw through my ears, and granted me life. He called this place sanctuary and referred to himself as a protector. A puzzled look fell upon my face, and he answered almost immediately. Roma, 15 years old. What a life there was to live! What years now lying useless! But what could I possibly do? I begged for a chance to be a part of the public once more, and I got my chance. He paused and saw my desperation. Finally, he entrusted unto me a mission, Angelus. I was to look after someone, to be his or her guardian angel. He handed me a bottle, and in that moment, I froze. It was a monumental decision that I fully did not think through. I held the bottle in my hand and stared at the misty liquid inside. I drank it out. Pain coursed all over my body. I felt my bones break and reform in a quick and sick, repetitive manner. I bore it all until something sharp pierced my skin. One quick fluttering sound, and it was over. They were heavy, but what would you expect? He gave me his blessing and sent me on my way. I wonder what I was thinking. Maybe I was excited? Scared? I just knew I was headed to a new adventure. I descended out of the clouds, and there it was, my new home. They called it the Sleeping Giant. Well, it certainly was a vast land, but exploring was easy with my wings. I hid behind walls and spied at what I was getting myself into. I saw rural towns and urban cities, men shouting the names and prices of their goods, people on the streets on their knees begging for food, women in short dresses surrounded by eager men with multicolored paper. The list goes on. The city was a maze without an end, and I was in the middle. I turned the corner, and I witnessed the most peculiar thing. A wide building with an infinite red carpet, clicks and flashes of light every 5 seconds, long gowns and suits. I followed the crowd inside. Mesmerized by the glamour and allure, someone was able to notice me. But her voice was overshadowed by the music that was playing, and I blended into the surroundings once more. Since then on, I went to follow these stars more often. I found it so interesting how cameramen followed their steps and shot at the tiniest detail, and how those pictures would go viral in a matter of seconds. How were they so long? I watched the sun set and rise 3 days, pondering at one question. I couldn't answer myself. I had been 7 months since I came here, and everything still surprised me. There was so much to do, so much to see, so much I was missing out on. It was then I realized these stars were not like normal people. They were better, and they had the world in their hands. Unlike the nights, there was only one establishment in whole China that radiated warmth. It charmed so many people into its doors. Every evening, and on this evening, it was I who was charmed. I couldn't help myself. I had to see what was inside, and the voices in my head were so persuading. The voices died down when I saw her. I recalled her face from the red carpet I had seen before. Now there she was, on stage, so near yet so far. They called her the blossoming flower. And she was so, the immense beauty and innocence. That night, she would dance, and I would never see another with such grace. She moved with the wind, and the light shone where it should shine. The music followed her steps, and she had the crowd on her feet. I shouted into the wind, and felt alive for the first time. She escaped the paparazzi out the back exit, but she couldn't escape me. I could talk to her. We could be friends. She could show me how to do what she does. We could tell each other secrets. But then, be an angel now, with her help. What I would do first, I did not know. I was present in the world, now a million things ran through my head. But before I could do anything, a man approached me informing me of a gathering I was to attend that evening. And before I could protest, we were in an automobile. I could feel her memories. She spent her childhood in a farm until a local talent agent found her, and she had been living in limelight and high-class surroundings ever since. She loved her parents, had to run away from them, and pursue her career. She was only a little girl. We arrived at the red building with the red carpet, but it was not the same as the one I had saw before. Inside, a mist of sweet-smelling smoke waved its way through oddly dressed people, dancing in an odd way, drinking oddly colored beverages, listening to odd music. It was a full-blown mess, and I was caught in the tangle. Glass after glass, dance after dance, I was getting lost in the mist, and my vision became foggy. This continued on every night I could remember. I no longer felt like myself. I could sense the darkness wrapping itself around me, and I was not light. I was not her. I wanted to return to the clouds, but my wings were gone. How could I possibly get home? The voices came back, and they told me my wings were weak and could not open without help. I looked at myself in a nearby shard of glass. How the times have changed. Nobody would hire me because the talent was with her and not me. Nobody would love me because they all loved her and not me. What had I done to myself? I picked up the shard of glass and I made my decision. My back was scarred with lacerations, but I tried my best to find my wings. I woke up to blinding white, and I thought I had made it back home. But I was still here. It turned out to be a hospital. They checked me in just before I could bleed out. It was a special part of the hospital, they told me. The workers made me feel welcome and gave me candy I had to drink of water. They gave me my own personal room where I could draw flowers and no one would reprimand me. But the voices still bothered me, and I still wish to go home. What do the voices tell you? Inquired Dr. Lee. I can never go home, I whispered. Dr. Lee writes on his notepad, and I know what the voices cried were true.